Right then, hello everyone and welcome back to the Assetto Corsa Offline Championship. We are here for round number 9 of the 2021 Formula 2 Championship here at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza for the Italian Grand Prix. Yes, the action at Monza continues then. And this is going to be the first of two races at Monza today. We're going to have Formula 1 as well on later today. But first off, it is the Junior Series Formula 2, which is going to be on at the Temple of Speed. We're here for 20 minutes of qualifying around this historic track. My name is Milan in the commentary booth, and joining me on yet another occasion, it is none other than Giuseppe. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, man. It's always nice to be here with, how they call it, to the start of tomorrow. So before fun, I'd say that's fitting. Let's see how these young drivers perform today.
Yes, indeed. It's going to be very exciting to see how they are going to get up to speed. As we're just looking at Ida Weitz on his flying lap of the circuits. And as we currently are witnessing his flying lap, I will take you through the track. So, the Monza circuit, known as the Autodromo Nazionale di Monza in Italian, nicknamed the Temple of Speed, the track was opened in September of 1922, 101 years ago now. And it hosted the... Someone is being a bit mean to me and interrupting me while I'm doing my track run through. Sorry about that. But, Formula 1 came here for the first ever time in 1950 in its inaugural season. And the 6 Hours of Monza was held the first ever time in the year before. Those two are events that still run today, which really goes to show how important this track is to not only Formula 1 but also the World Endurance Championship, for example. And there's been a plethora of other racing series that have come here over the years. If I would sit and name them all, we'd be here forever, so I won't. But this layout, which has been in place since 2000, is 5.793 kilometers, features 11 turns, and a race lap record of a 1:21.0 set in 2004. We're currently having the lap times come in, and you can see there's somewhere around the mid to low 1:33s is the average time, I'd say, at the moment. And this track, well, I mean, it's called the Temple of Speed for a reason. Long straights, fast corners, it's got a few tricky ones as well, and every single corner carries such a big name to it as well. It's absolutely incredible, and really I don't think my words can sum up of how legendary of a track this is, and I think you'll agree with me, Giuseppe.
Yeah, I mean, certainly. This track is known for various reasons. I mean, people call it the Temple of Speed. I mean, it's known for its, fast straights, fast corners, tricky ones as well. It's a real challenge for the drivers, and you just are nearly. I think it's like the track with the highest average in kilometers per hour or miles per hour for our American listeners. So it's always nice to come here and just see the drivers pushing these cars to the absolute limit of the speedometer, and just amazing to see. But right now that we have all 22 times on the board, let's see the top three. It's Henry J. Brown once again. What form he is in, I cannot describe to you. Then we have Adam Hidayat in second and Axel Socki in third. So what do you think about that top three, Miran?
Yeah, Henry J. Brown's form at the moment, and these last three races as well, has been nothing short of incredible. I mean, you can't deny that. And to see that he's topping the timing sheets right now, I mean, really, he's just absolutely on it. But obviously, we've got 40 minutes left in the session. There's only been 6 minutes so far, so I think anything can still happen in a session. That pole time is not definitive, I'd say, as he is only 8 thousandths ahead of Adam Hidayat in second. Impressive stuff from him as well. And then Axel Socki in third. who I think will be looking to bounce himself back into championship contention today, as he's had a bit of a mid-season slump, it looks like. And obviously, we're in the last 4 races of the season now. These last 4 races are going to be crucial in the championship. This could be make or break for the championship contenders we have at the moment. So, yeah, it's going to be important to look out for good and bad performances, because they could distinguish a flop and a champion, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, right now, Henry J. Brown is 31 points in front of Ollie Bogues, who currently sits in P8, so he's not too far off, although the drives behind him, like Soki and Hidayat, who are now 4th and 5th, are sitting in a very good position in 2nd and 3rd. Below, I can't find... He's 7th, so it seems like the top 5 isn't that far off our championship leader, however, he is in 1st right now. And just a fun fact, mathematically, everyone is still in the championship fight, I think, because you would have to be excluded by 104 points, although we might see our first exclusions here coming in Monza, which just is a sign that the title is coming to a close soon enough.
Yes, indeed. But obviously the two that we will have to pay attention to today, you talked about Jean-Francois Bilot, but also the man who's currently 2nd in the championship, Ollie Bogues, in 8th. If they want a shot at still competing for this title, they're going to have to at least take one step to doing that and out-qualify Henry J. Brown here at Monza, and obviously that's easier said than done. We're now looking at Michael Valiak. As I mentioned, Axel Soki does that job for Bilot and Bogues. I was talking about how he's going to need a good result here as well, and he's just taken provisional pole away from Henry J. Brown by a few hundreds. I believe that's 8 or 7 hundredths of a second. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, Axel Soki then will be your new provisional poleman.
A good lap by the Norwegian. We might see later in the session drivers dipping into the 32s, because we are on very low 33s right now, but I think a 132, a high one, would be possible maybe later on in the session.
Yeah, indeed, that is going to be very, very probable. And I don't think it'll be long before we see a 132 in this session. But yeah, Henry J. Brown will be looking to get that provisional pole back from his championship rival, Axel Soki. And Soki will try and do everything he can to keep on to this provisional pole. And he's actually only 6 thousandths off his own pole time. So Soki is not faring too badly on pace at the moment. I don't know if he's going to finish up this lap, but if he does, this could potentially be an improvement. So we'll see then as he's going to come around Parabolica, and he is going to finish up this lap. No, actually not. He pulled a fast one on me there. So he comes in. Rodrigo Jimenez in 4th. Is going to start his lap, though, of the Monza circuit. And now we'll take you through a lap as well while we're at it, as we head down the long start-finish straight into the Primo Variante, the Variante del Rettifilio as it is known, through turns 1 and 2, and Henry J. Brown's actually taking back that pole time. We're going to continue along as we head through Curva Grande, turn number 3, this long right-hander, and once you're side by side, this is going to be the breaking point at the Variante della Roggia. The chicane, turns 4 and 5, it's a bit more open than the first chicane, obviously, as you head into the Curva di Lesmo through the first one. And you want to use as much curb on the exit there, but it's really important not to run off here as well through the second Lesmo, which is a bit faster than the first one, as you head down the Serraglio straight. I call it a straight, but it is technically a corner, as you head down into the Ascari chicane, named after the legendary Alberto Ascari. It's a very fast chicane as well, but it's easy to get wrong as well as you try and maximize your exit down the back straight as well. Down the run into the final corner, turn number 11, the Parabolica. Really easy to run wide here, and you want to make sure that you don't do that and get your lap time deleted. But you want to try and maximize your exit here as well as you make your way down the start-finish straight. and it's across the line for him. And as unfortunately, it's not an improvement for the Brazilian. He stays where he is, but that is a lap of the Monza circuit. And while we were looking through that lap, Henry J. Brown has got himself back onto provisional pole, so he is not playing around today.
Yeah, I mean, Henry already has like that big of a lead, but it's essential to his rivals that they are scoring today. I mean, he has this big lead, but his rivals need to do something if they want to stay in the championship fight. I mean, 31 points is a lot, and below is on 37 off Henry J. Brown, and then we have Socki and Hidayat with 40 and 45 points respectively. I mean, if they wanted to get him, let's say Hidayat, he'd have to score 2 wins and Brown to score none. That's how big a gap Brown has managed to make against his rivals. So today, they have to outscore him somehow if they want to gain some points back on him, because there's not many rounds left.
And here's something interesting then. Sorry for just completely ignoring you there, but Jake Tilsley has just set a fastest second sector. His teammate Adam Hidayat has just got onto provisional pole. Could Tilsley join him up there? We're going to see then as he's going to go across the line. Will he be able to do it? No. Oh dear, and he's had a very bad sector 3. He's 6/10 off. And he was fastest in sector 2. Dear oh dear, that's not looking good for Tilsley, but his teammate Adam Hidayat has done very well for himself, and he becomes the first man to get himself into the 132s.
That's an extraordinary lap by Adam Hidayat. I mean, I did predict that somebody was going to get into the 32s, and he's gone and done it, but I don't think he'll be the last one.
Yeah, no, not at all. There's still 6 minutes to go, and I think we're going to have that time come down by quite a bit. So we'll see how that is going to play out. Then as we hit out through sector 2, he's about 300ths off his own time. So Hidayat looking pretty good on pace today as well, as he now heads down the back straight. Not the important, but the interesting thing then will be who at the moment is going to be able to challenge that pole time. We've currently got Brown and Valiak in the pit lane, and Hidayat will come in as well. But it's going to be interesting to see if anyone is going to be able to get themselves to the top of the timing sheets. Even people from maybe outside the top 5 or top 10 could potentially get themselves thrown into the mix. So we're seeing Martinez start a lap. He's being held up by Jake Tilsley here, heading into turn 1. They're actually going to be side by side, so Martinez is not going to get a clean lap in. Ari Soil and Ollie Boaks have gotten minor improvements in, but they stay where they are. Ari Soilu in the points as well at the moment in the top 8. He'll be hoping for more points here, as Campos are really having a dreadful season at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, they're in need of desperate points, and they might come here today, but of course, they just don't come magically, so they'll have to put in a good performance. As 5 minutes left in qualifying, Hidayat is still on top, and the top 3 has changed because Nguyen now, with a 153.078, puts himself up into P3.
Yeah, solid stuff from Huang Ming Nguyen, and that's a 133 flat, 0.78 technically. So he's just 100th off Henry J. Brown. That is not a bad lap at all for Nguyen, and now both HWAs are 3rd and 4th.
As a good result for HWA right now, looking out the second row. Nguyen, of course, right now is sitting in 15th in the standings. He really need a good result today to somewhat redeem his a bit pointless season. I mean, he's had some good results and even a pole position, I think, at the Spanish Grand Prix, which sadly didn't convert into a podium or a win, as Shortanos improves to 11th. But maybe this race might be a good one for Huang Ming Nguyen.
Yeah, we'll see if that will be the case for him. At the moment, he is leading his teammates. I think he'll be very happy about that. As Ollie Boaks now improves up into 8th and ahead of Ari Soilu. Ollie Boaks as well will be looking to get a good result here. He's namely a race winner around this track back in that championship winning Porsche Super Cup season in 2019. So, yeah, he'll be looking to repeat his good fortunes at this track and hopefully try and beat out Henry J. Brown.
And not only a race winner at this track, but also last race's race winner. So who knows? He might might want to do a Jean-François Bilot earlier in the season and get a double win. But of course, I think he would rather have a higher starting position, as it's going to be very hard from 8th as Konkum improves up into the top 10. Good lap by Tunya Tom. As only 3 minutes left. But yeah, as I said, Boaks, I mean, he's the closest rival to Henry J. Brown right now, which is an overstatement because close. I mean, Brown has really built a big gap, and props to him. And Vayak improves to 5th, and Volgi to 10th. But yeah, Boaks definitely needs a better lap time if he wants to challenge him.
Yeah, indeed. He's going to have to pull something out of the hat here in these last 2 minutes. We'll see what he's going to be able to do as Rowan Shotanis now goes up into P7. Good lap from the Dutchman. We also saw Valyak going up into 5th. So Michael Valyak, who's had a pretty dry run of form in these last 3 races. It's very unlike him, considering how explosive he's been in Formula 2. His form just kind of dried out in these last 3 races, so I think he's looking to break that bad form here at Monza, and at the moment he is doing so. So we're now looking at Ollie Boaks making his way around the Curva Grande, and he's got quite a bit of traffic up ahead. I believe that was one of the HWAs and then the 2 ART cars as well ahead of him. I couldn't really catch which HWA car that was. That's Axel Socki. And that's not going to do Axel Socki any wonders here as well. As he's going to have a bit of traffic on his own.
Yes, there's only about 1.5 minutes left, so drivers are starting the lap in like 4 seconds. We only have one more chance, so it's not much time left.
Yeah, not at all. As there is Adam Hidayat. Hidayat's got onto provisional pole, and Michael Valyak has taken 2nd away from Henry J. Brown. Valyak almost had that pole time settled, but Adam Hidayat has got himself into the 132s and takes provisional pole. That is certainly an interesting development, as now Henry J. Brown is down to 3rd.
I think Hidayat was already in the 32s, but like 32.9.
I think he was, yeah.
There. No, he was already in the 32s, but yeah, I think as Valyak said his lap, he's had an improvement with a 132.8. Looking really good for Adam here. But yeah, Brown now in 3rd, and he's currently in the pits, I see.
Yeah, sorry, my mind blanked there. I forgot that Hidayat wasn't in 132s, but yeah, he already was. So thanks for the correction. But yeah, at the moment he's the only man in the 132s. And he was already in P1. I saw the improvement and I thought that he wasn't in provisional pole already. So yeah, my apologies, but still, Valyak in 2nd has gotten himself onto the front row with that lap time, so we'll see what he is going to be able to do. But Hidayat could clinch a pole here as he comes into the pit lane, sees no more improvement. Valyak goes across the line, can't quite improve yet as his checkered flag is now out. Next across the line, Rowan Shotanis for MP Motorsport. Think is coming in. Yes, he is. He pours into the pit lane. What about Jean-François Bilot? Will he be able to get that improvement he needs? No. And he will be 9th at best. What about Djokovic Zukauskas? Lifts himself out of last and up into P13. Good stuff from him. Axel Socki is in, so he will be starting P5 at best as well. Ari Soilu is next across the line. Soilu does not improve, and that's going to be P10 for him.
And now we're looking at Hakon Olsen. He's sitting in P17 right now. Can he lift himself up to a better position? As he's now coming across around the Parabolica and onto the main straight. What will his lap time be? We're gonna find out soon enough. Olsen doesn't improve, so he stays in P17. What about Jimenez? He improves up to 2nd. Ooh. Great lap. Nearly a 32. That's great by Rodrigo. As now it's Jake Tilsley up next. He stays in 14th. Kwame Nue doesn't improve as well. He stays in 5th. He's already in a good position. What about Konkum? Coco's line 9th. Good improvement by him. Curtis, he doesn't improve. Stays in 18th. What about Alex Luan? He improves, but it's only 19th. And it's Adam Hidayat on pole position.
Yeah, great stuff from Adam Hidayat. He still got it, ladies and gentlemen, and that was a pretty dominant qualifying session from him as well towards the later end of that qualifying. He now takes his first pole position of the season, but qualifying done and dusted. Let's go through the grid. So on pole position, as I said, for the first time this season, Adam Hidayat in that Trident's home race. He lines up P1, and accompanying him on the front row is Henry J. Brown, sorry. Rodrigo Jimenez in second for Prema, and yeah, pretty good stuff from him as well. Michael Valek starts third, and then it's Henry J. Brown in fourth. Goodness me. Hwang Min Nguyen starts P5 with his teammate Axel Socki in sixth. Both Norwegians. What is wrong with me today? Both HWAs line up P5 and P6, and then it's Rowan Shotalis in seventh, and then Ollie Boaks in eighth. Thunjas Rankokum is ninth, and then Jean-Francois Bilot rounds out the top 10. And to save myself from more embarrassment, I'm going to let you take the rest of the grid.
It's no worries. As Ari Soilu just inside the top 10, starts 11th. With Nikhil Valji in 12th. Zukashka starts in 13th, and Tilsley in 14th. Then we find Gomez in 15th, and Sundevik is 16th. Håkan Olsen finds himself in 17th, and Aaron Curtis starts 18th. Alex Dunn is 19th, with Rosetta Martinez. He starts in 20th. And then in 21st and 22nd, we find Ida Weitz and Schulenberg in last.
Tobias Schulenberg as well. Bad performance from him, the man who won last year here. But, alright. Enough about that. Let's go down to the grid. We are set for the lights coming on here for 22 laps around Monza, and we're underway here at Monza. Then good start for Hidayat, immediately slots in to the first place, and heading down to turn number 1. Jimenez can't quite do anything just yet, might come under fire from Valjak there in third. Brown then is fighting off Nguyen for fourth, so he could potentially go down a few positions. He's going to try and hold off the Vietnamese man, as Nguyen is going to try and go around the outside line, heading into Curva Grande here, as they are wheel to wheel then, heading down into the Della Roggia chicane. Is going to be Nguyen on the inside line. Will he be able to get past the championship leader, as he's using all the space available to on the outside line to try and get past them into Lesmo 1. He is going to try and go the long way around. Great battling between the two, but is he going to be able to seal it into Lesmo 2? It's very close to contact, and Nguyen goes off the track. He's still wheel to wheel with Henry J. Brown. Incredible as we head down the Serragio Straight and down into Ascari. I think Brown's got the better run on him as a result of him going off the track, but I think he's still able to do it into Ascari. No, it's not enough for Hwang Min Nguyen, and Henry J. Brown is going to keep his fourth, but still a brilliant battle on the opening lap here at Monza.
Yeah, what a battle. Absolutely on the edge of my seat there. I mean, I have no idea what's happening there. Now we look at Shotanos and Soki battling. They're side by side. Walji might join in. He thinks better of it. Shotanos and Soki now side by side. Who will get the better? Shotanos goes very wide as he's off the track essentially, and I think that allows Soki to get up into P7.
I think that's a poor run from Rowan Shotanos. Nikhil Walji's going to try to go to the inside line there, and I think Shotanos' teammate Konkum's going to maybe make it 3 wide into turn number 1, and I think they are, unless Konkum's going to back out of this one, and he does. Walji though breaks super early, and Konkum gets him.
Yeah, what a paddle there. That was nearly 3 wide. As Tilsley now, I think, overtook below there, and he's up into 11th. Lots of battles, lots of overtakes here happening. Well, what was that battle between Nguyen and Brown? That was insane. And now we're having a nearly deja vu of it, as the Zukashka and Schulenberg are going at it for 15th. They're also side by side. Who will get the better? Into Della Roggia as they now head into the turn. Schulenberg on the outside. He's a bit in front, but Zukashka's not to be left out. He's still there. And they're still side by side, heading into Lesmo 1. Zukashka on the outside, Schulenberg on the inside. They're still side by side. No one is giving up, but I think Schwulberg might have it now, as Lukashkas goes a bit wide, and I think Schwulberg has it.
He's got a bad run, I think. He got a bad run out of Lesmo too, because I think he went over the curb, and Zukashkas is going to take advantage of that. They're going to be side by side, I think, heading into a Ascari now, as Schwulenberg's there on the inside line. He's going to try to cover off the Lithuanian, who goes round the outside line and pulls off a brilliant move. Oh, that was Ida Veit, who I think just cut across really Sundevik out of Ascari. He got a quite poor... He got a quite poor exit and ran very wide, as we're now looking at Tilsley and Walji fighting it out for 10th, heading down the start-finish straight.
As Tilsley looking right and down from the outside down the inside. Prima send it down the Prima Variante, down the Snook as they're speeding down the straight. Will Tilsley be able to get us? We're looking at Soki as well. Just trying to go around the outside of Pokes here. Doesn't make it. I think Tilsley stayed behind Walji, so he didn't make the move in the end. As now we look at Shotanus, who is at the back of Soki. He's trying to have a look around the outside. I don't know if he's close enough. And he might try to De La Roja.
He's going to try it here then on the inside line. They're so close to each other. Then Shotanus tries to make use of the space there. Yeah, Soki puts the squeeze on the exit of De La Roja. And through Lesmo 1, Shotanus on the outside line there. Again, using all the space available to him, as they are wheel to wheel, and Soki goes over the curb, and Shotanus panics and went into the gravel for a tiny bit there, but he's still able to keep it wheel to wheel, using the DRS now, as they are on lap 3 out of 22. That's going to allow him to go wheel to wheel with him once again, and get the overspeed into Ascari. They're wheel to wheel now, and I think Soki's going to be able to get it, as now his teammate Thujatorn Konkum and Nikhil Walji in the Carlin is lurking behind.
And it seems like it's not a day of resting for Shotanus here. But now he's actually going to try and make a move on Soki as he goes down the inside in Parabolica, who's going to get the better exit, as they're just side by side. This is incredible racing. But who will get the better of it? I think Soki has a bit of a better exit. But they're really close. Now into the Pia Variante, that's where it will be decided. As we're going to head down into turn 1. What will it be, Shotanus or Soki? They're going to break now. Think Shotanus backs off a bit. That allows Soki to get a better exit. Now Soki stays in front.
Yeah, good defending from Axel Soki. Really great battling we're having so far. As we're looking at Tobias Schulenberg, who started last in this race and is up to P16. So that's not a bad start at all for Tobias Schulenberg. As we're now looking at Ida Veit, looking to get past Aaron Curtis. Here's the two MP cars fighting then. Shotanus wasn't able to get Soki. Is now going to come under fire by his teammate Thujatorn Konkum, who's going to try and go around the outside line of his Dutch teammate as they go side by side through the Lesmos. But I think Shotanus is going to keep it there into the second Lesmo. He's going to be able to keep it ahead as Shotanus went over the curb, and as a result, Konkum had to slow down a bit, and he got a poor run. Walji could try to make it 3 wide here, almost looked to be 3 wide, but nothing came out of that. Here's Ari Soilu tries to get involved in this little mess of itself, as Below and Tilsley are fighting each other.
And they're gonna all head into Parabolica, as it's really a guessing game of who will come out on top. But that's Tilsley, and no, that's I think Olsen and I think Below. I'm not sure anymore. No, it's Below. It's Olsen and Tilsley battling it out, and Tilsley I think even got the position. So good stuff by him. I think down there we see Sundevik and Martinez battling as well. It's a lot of battles in the field. It's kind of hard to keep up. But now Tilsley and Olsen are side by side once again into Pia Variante. I think Tilsley backs off. That allows Olsen to go through now.
Yeah, Tilsley backed off. I don't know if he committed fully to the move, and Below was able to defend. No problem there, as Olsen is now going to try and get the Brit here. It's going to be double trouble for Tilsley, as he got the other Dams car knocking now, and they are going to be wheel to wheel into De La Roja, as they will be side by side then, heading down into Lesmo as well. Ari Soiler there behind is going to start lurking as well, trying to pick up the scraps from this battle, as Olsen on the outside trying to make it stick, but Tilsley with the better traction on the inside will keep his move for the time being, as Ari Soilu goes off the track and somehow doesn't collect Jokubas Lukauskas.
That was very close, but now they're still battling. Now we actually cut to the front because look at this Jimenez try to move on to Hidayat as Jimenez goes very wide as well. That was pretty much a dive there down the inside. Now Valyak might actually try and have a move as these top three are the top three here is looking very close to each other.
This is looking very, very close indeed. And look, Jimenez got a bad run. Valyak is going to try it on the inside line now. But I don't know if he's going to be able to get it. Yeah, it was a bit early on the brakes for Michael Valyak. I think that inside line is a bit scary through the Prima Variante. And I think as a result, a lot of drivers don't like to go for that. So Valyak will have to back off. But yeah, pretty close top three. I agree with you there.
And now Gomez and Schwunenberg are battling it out. Schwunenberg on the outside. Gomez is trying to defend off Gomez, so he doesn't make the move down. Gomez stays in 17th. Schwunenberg, I think, did make up a lot of position as he started last, so great job by the German. As now it's Curtis against Gomez. Who Curtis looks very close to him, not trying a move yet though. But that might change soon enough, as yeah, he does, because he does try and have a look down the inside. Don't think it's gonna be enough. Gomez defends, so Curtis has to try again now. Don't keep an eye out on for Weitz as well. It's looking very close as well. This is a nice three-way battle we're having here.
It's a very, very nice three-way battle as we go back to the main three-way battle. And Rodrigo Jimenez, I actually wasn't paying attention to the gap in the lead. And then it cuts back to Jimenez trying to move on Hidayat. But now then, this is going to be prime opportunity for Rodrigo Jimenez to try something, and Hidayat is trying his best to get out of the slipstream here. But the DRS is going to be active for Rodrigo Jimenez, but I don't think he's close enough. That gap increased a lot heading out of Parabolica, so I don't know if he maybe got a bad exit or something, but yeah, he wasn't able to try it into turn one. Jake Tilsley's at the fastest lap of the race. I would just like to remark that, as he is now facing pressure from Olsen though.
Indeed, as I was going to mention that Olsen and Tilsley still battling it here. So Kauska actually caught up a bit, and Weitz and Curtis actually having a go at it as well. Weitz trying to move around the inside, but then the outside doesn't work out though. And Martinez looks close a bit as well, so have to watch out. Cut back to the top three. Jimenez under a second of Hidayat, so he does have the DRS, and he has it wide open now, heading into Ascari, so he's going to gain a bit, probably lining up for maybe a move down Parabolica, but of course I'm not in his mind, so maybe he has other plans, but of course we still have to get there, as now they're onto the straight. Jimenez is half a second, yeah, he doesn't go for a move. Sorry for cutting you off there. Brown as well, we're looking at him, our championship leader. Still sitting in 4th, so he didn't lose any positions after that very big battle with Nguyen. He's now gapped him by 2 seconds.
Yeah, and he's actually in this lead pack now. So, yeah, while he is at the opposite end of this little DRS train, he's just going to have to hope to pressure Michael Valyak into an error here.
So look a bit further down the field. It's once again Curtis, Weitz, and Martinez this time around as well. Let's see what these three are gonna get up to. Now we're gonna head down the straight and soon enough into the Prima Variante. Martinez looks to be close enough for a move, so does Weitz into Curtis. As Weitz actually has to look down the inside, doesn't try it though. Martinez is having a bit of a peek as well. Doesn't try anything as well though. Might be some intimidation tactics by both drivers used here. But they don't work out, so the order stays the same for now.
Yeah, this is, I guess, the fight for the wooden spoon, really. There's not really much going on. There's not really much you're going to gain apart from glory over each other, I suppose. Fighting for 18th, but this is Formula 2 after all. Every single position counts, even if they maybe don't give any points. As Martinez, yeah, I think had a bit of a look. I think maybe was trying to force him into an error. into turn number 1, but Idevite, with all his years in Formula 2, knows better, I'd say.
And then we're back with the not top 4 pack, I'd say. Lap 9, just to update you guys. Jimenez, somewhat half a second off he died, but we cut off to the battle for 16. As Gomez now tries to move it to Schulenberg, he's round the outside. Will he able to make it stick as they go round Parabolica? Schulenberg forces him a bit wide, but not too much to cause an incident. But Gomez is still there, very much there. Didn't get that bad of an exit at all, as now Gomez on the outside, Schulenberg on the inside. Will he be able to get the turn, to get the move before the turn? I don't think so, as Schulenberg is still there. But Gomez now around the outside. I think he's got the move done. Yes, he has. So that's him up into 16th.
That was brilliantly judged from Gabriel Gomez. He put the squeeze on Schulenberg down the straight. I don't know if you saw that, but he did. And then, just as he hit the braking zone, he adjusted his line to try and take the widest line possible. And he pulled off a brilliant move as a result. I don't think Schulenberg was expecting that. That was actually a very nice move. I'll have to give it to Gabriel Gomez for that one, as Martinez is now trying to Idevite. Idevite has been dropping like a stone this race. Yeah, well, this is going to be one to forget for the Red Bull Junior, as the two are side by side. Through Lesmo 1, is Vite's going to be able to hold him off. Through Lesmo 2, it looks like it, but Martinez is going to have the DRS now.
As this is the battle for 19th, what will Martinez make of this? As he might try to move down Dascavi, as he's pretty close. And he does. He goes down the inside, but actually that was only a look. My bad. But now onto the straight, heading down into Parabolica. Will he try a move there? We'll have to find out. As he still is pretty close. But of course, no DRS on this straight, as far as I'm concerned. So, although Luan is also now closer to Martinez and Martinez is to Bites. And actually here, you have a look at the two teammates of Shotanus and Konkum actually battling it out. And I think Shotanus defended his position. I'm not sure, but I think he did defend his position, yeah. So that was nearly Konkum getting 8th from his teammate. Doesn't work out in his favor though.
Yeah, it doesn't. At the moment, Konkum and Shotanus have been fighting a lot this race. Konkum hasn't really been able to get past his Dutch teammate, so Shotanus has been strong on the defense, so you'll have to commend him for that as well.
Is defending that position very well. He will also get good enough points. You never complain about 4 points in the back. But of course, two teammates, I would advise them not to risk it too much, as this would be a double points finish for the two of them. So, I think for MP, yeah, for MP, I'm sorry, because I'm used to MP with the orange mirror, but yeah, it is MP, so that would be a double points finish from MP. We're currently sitting 8th in the standings, battling it out with Trident, Carlin, and Virtuosi. A lot of teams actually in the close on points. But now we're gonna look back at the top 4 here. Will any changes happen this lap? We'll have to find out. As Brown maybe looks like he's having a look onto Valyak, but no, it's just it's getting very close. No move made just yet, so the order stays the same for now. But it might change soon enough.
I think Henry is just waiting for Valyak's pace to drop off. Whenever it drops out of a second and Brown is able to keep this pace up, I think that's when he's going to be able to strike for 3rd place. I think that's what he's waiting for at the moment, because right now there's nothing really he can do. They're all stuck in this little DRS train, so they can't really do anything.
And now Soilu and Zukashka's having a nice little battle here, as Soilu goes around the outside of the Curva Grande, also known as Piazzano, as they're gonna head into the La Roja chicane. Soilu, it's very close between the two. Will he be able to get the move on Zukashkas? He goes a bit on the curb, so maybe that upset the car a bit. And Zukashka now has the inside, so I think he's gonna keep that position for now. Yeah, good defending by the Lithuanian, as he stays in 14th.
Yeah, very good stuff from Jokubas Zukashkas then, holding his position away from Ari Soilu, who hasn't been doing, I won't say too much, but he's been there in the midfield, I'd say. As we're now looking at Thuniatorn Konkum, Rowan Shotanus could face pressure from his teammate again, and Konkum went for it very late into parabolic. I think almost a bit too late, and I think it was just a bit too far away to line up alongside. But he's going to have another go at it then on the outside line into turn number 1. I think he's going to fly past with DRS, and he does so. He gets it done before the corner. Does he? Not quite. Or no, he does it. Toyota Concom with the DRS sails past his teammate Ron Chotanos and finally gets up into 8th.
It's a good move there by Toyota. As now we're looking at the battle for 14th once again. Oh, that's a lot of curb taken by Soilu. Although he manages the car, but he's lost a bit of time onto Sukauskas now. As we're looking at the battle for 19th, here it is. I think Weid's got the position back onto Martinez.
I think he wasn't he ahead? I don't know.
I think Weid's in 20th, I'm pretty sure, but I don't know. But nonetheless, the order now is Weid's 19th and Martinez 20th, as Luan and Sundevik are also having a battle. But now we cut back from the very bottom of the field to the very top of the field with the battle for P1, which hasn't changed a lot, but there's a lot of pressure building up.
Yeah, this is going to get interesting then. Rodrigo Jimenez has just been piling the pressure on over these past few laps. Hasn't really gone for a move yet. But you can see, look how much time he loses through Parabolica on the exit. I don't know why that happens, but he lost 3/10 on the exit of Parabolica.
Yeah, it's not the best for him, as below here tries to get himself into the points-paying positions. Against Nikhil Volji, doesn't work out for him though, as he would really need a points finish because he would be going pointless today. As now Tilsley actually, as Tunio comes as fastest lap by the way of the race, Tilsley now's gonna maybe push below even further away from the points-paying position, as below now goes round the outside. Tilsley goes round the outside, and he's gotten the move done. That's Tilsley up into 11th.
Yeah, good stuff from Jake Tilsley. There's Ari Soilu trying to get past Jakubas Zukauskas for 14th. He's in a bit of an ART sandwich at the moment, though. At the moment, he isn't able to get past Jakubas Zukauskas and has got quite a poor exit through Curva Biasono. Gabriel Gomez could try and do something here, as he's going to go to the outside line through Curva Biasono, but he's going to have the inside line into De La Roggia, as they are going to be wheel to wheel. Gabriel Gomez just trying to make it stick then, as they are side by side, and this is going to allow Zukauskas to pull a gap over Ari Soilu. And even though Gabriel Gomez wasn't successful with that move, it has given ART at least a bit more of an advantage in this fight.
Yeah, it's an interesting fight here. But now Schwulenberg gonna try. He lost the position earlier on to Gomez. Then we're gonna look if he can get it back, as he is very close to Gabriel Gomez once again. Actually, let's look at the battle for 10th here, as Tilsley now might try get himself another move. And now he goes down the inside of Parabolica, although I think the outside might be the better line, but he can prove me wrong here, as Tilsley actually gets the move done on the exit of the turn. That's very good stuff by Jake, as now he's getting 1 point for himself, which he desperately needs, as he hasn't had the best of seasons. So good stuff by Jake. Great race by him thus far. As now we're looking at the battle for last place, Luan against Sundevik. So I think Sundevik is gonna wants to overtake Luan, as he's currently sitting in last. Is he gonna be able to make it to us? We've known the inside line of the Prima Variante is not the best way to go about this, but I think Luan is gonna tuck him behind, or maybe that was just a bit of a fake, as now Luan is gonna go around the outside, but no, Sundevik defends well, and that's him up into 21st.
Yeah, Sundevik breezing past with the help of the DRS, but Jake Tilsley is making moves, I have to say. He's been looking very good these past few laps on pace, and that move through Parabolica was, I have to say, that was a great move from Jake Tilsley.
A good stuff for him, is now brings himself into P10. And now we're looking at the top 4 once again. Jimenez trying desperately to gain time on Hidea, but if he loses it out of the exit of Parabolica, so if he continues like this, Valjak might actually try and catch up to him. But
it happened again. I don't know if you saw that, but he lost 2/10 on the exit. I don't know why that's happening.
Jimenez certainly needs to figure out why is that happening. He might be discussing with his team right now, but he certainly needs to find a solution if he wants to get that P1, which is very much in reach, but you can't just get it out of nowhere. So he'll have to try and fix his mistakes if he wants to challenge Adam Hidayat for the lead.
Yeah, this is at the moment, obviously, this is good for Adam Hidayat. He's able to keep Jimenez behind, and he hasn't really been, even though he's been very close, he hasn't been that big of an attacking threat. So Hidayat has not had to do much defending to do. So right now, if things continue as they are, he's just gonna have to try and keep a cool head and not make any silly errors.
Yes, now we're gonna head into our very well-known corner for overtakes, Parabolica. He's gonna head down the straight. Jimenez, of course, only slipstream here, so he has to rely on that. As Jimenez now, let's see if he loses time once again, or will he be able to better out his mistake here, as he's 3/10 off Hidayat. And I'm not sure. I think he lost time again. Yeah, he lost time again.
Yeah, and I don't know why that is. It doesn't look like to me that he's taking a different line than Hidayat. Like, he isn't running wide on exit or anything, but like, I don't know, it's weird. I don't know why that is happening. But yeah, Jimenez, if he wants a chance at trying to get this race lead, which he has been trying to get for so long now in this race, he's gonna have to start by figuring out what the problem is in Parabolica.
Yeah, indeed. As although Hidayat right now, if my mental maths are correct, he will be in second in the standing, so he'll be the closest challenger to Henry J. Brown. Because Ollie Box right now is sitting in sixth, kind of a bit in no man's land, I'd say. But let's look at this battle now between Schulenberg and Curtis. Curtis stays behind for now, and Schulenberg defends his P17.
Yeah, Tobias Schulenberg, I think the pace just ran dry maybe a bit more towards the later end of the race. He had a great start, but I don't think was able to capitalize and keep up. So now he's trying to hold off the Campos of Curtis. So we're going to go back to Rodrigo Jimenez, and he gains so much time through the majority of the lap, but it just all goes to waste. Here, and you can see, I think, yeah, I don't know what it's down to, but he actually does seem a bit closer this time. I was a bit wrong. He lost like 3/10 on that exit. That is ridiculous, and really, at least from the TV perspective, we can't quite see what's wrong either.
Yeah, now Gomez is gonna long battle. He's no, actually no. Yeah, it's Gomez and Kashkan have been battling all race long. Sorry, or I think sorry. I'm not sure, but matter of fact is Gomez got a very clean overtake of Sakashkas there. I think, or I don't know. I'm confused because, but nonetheless, Gomez is in 14th.
Yeah, Gomez got past Soilu while we weren't looking, and now he's gotten past Zukauskas, his teammate. So that's pretty good stuff from Gabriel Gomez. He's gone up into 14th.
Although his next target is nearly 6 seconds off him, that being Olsen. So there is chance for a remontada, I'd say, but he'll need to be very, very quick on the pace.
Yeah, well, we'll see if he's going to be able to pull it off. Nothing is impossible in Formula 2. We've seen that time and time again. Yeah, well, I think only time will tell. As Rodrigo Jimenez, you can see he's getting close to Hidayat, and I think he's lining up a move to the inside line into Parabolica as well. Hidayat leaves the space, both of them run wide, and Jimenez has lost a lot of time. Here comes Michael Valiak, who could try something. He's got the overspeed on the Brazilian, and he could try and yoink second here, as he's going to go to the inside line. Jimenez smartly defends the outside line there, as the two are going to be wheel to wheel. Valiak, though, again, he's early on the brakes through the Retifilo, and yeah, nothing comes out of it. Only that Jimenez has lost a heap of time.
And I want to mention, this has now turned into the top 5, because look at Nguyen, he's caught up to Brown once again. But look at him, look at Hidayat has actually built a very big gap to Jimenez there.
Yeah, I think Jimenez, I'm gonna be honest, I think he's thrown it away with that. I think I think he should have maybe played it a bit more well, because he did run wide on exit, and that cost him a lot on Hidayat, and then Valyak tried to go into him. But this now puts the advantage on Mihail Valyak, because now he's got Jimenez ahead of him, who doesn't have any DRS. So this is now Valyak's opportunity to lose, I'd say.
As Valyak hasn't had the best last 3 races, as his last points finish came at the British Grand Prix with a 5th place finish. Since then, he scored no points. So a podium today would be amazing, but a P2 finish would actually put him 6th in the standings, overtaking Below, who's also not a good run of form. After actually getting 2 wins in a row. It's kind of shocking to me that he's not scored points anymore. But let's look at Valyak, as he is looking very close to Jimenez. Wanted to go down the outside, now goes down the inside. Jimenez tries to defend a bit. Valyak backs off though, doesn't go for the move just yet. So he'll have to try another time, but that's a statement that he's there now.
Yeah, look to run a bit wide on exit as well. I think Henry J. Brown is going to have the overspeed on the Croatian, and he could try something here. Could very well, and into the Della Roggia, he is going to try it on the inside line. Henry J. Brown finally spots his opportunity, and he is going to try and go for it then, as they are side by side now into Lesmo 1. Henry J. Brown on the outside line, as they are wheel to wheel. I don't think he's close enough to pull it off just yet, as Valyak then on the inside will hold position for the time being, though. Henry, though, hasn't got the greatest of runs. Here comes Hwang Min Nguyen on the outside line. Is gonna try to take this P4 away from Henry J. Brown. Just as he tried at the start, he goes round the outside through Parabolica. Oh! I meant Ascari, but Hwang Min Nguyen almost lost it on the exit of Ascari there, and Henry J. Brown is going to try and get that P4 back. What a battle we're witnessing, as Brown now heading into Parabolica on the outside line. He's going to try and take his position back from the Vietnamese man, but Nguyen is putting up some serious resistance then, as we head down the start-finish straight on lap 20 out of 22 of this Italian Grand Prix. Brown then on the outside line, down the run into turn 1, puts the squeeze on Nguyen almost into the grass. He puts him, and Brown's gonna go around the outside line into turn 1, and heading out of the Rettifilio, Henry J. Brown defends his 4th place.
Yeah, that was nearly the greatest overtake I've seen this race by Nguyen into Ascari. Very tricky chicane, but then he overestimated the car's grip, and then he lost it. That was a great save by Nguyen, but that means it cost him the position, as now we're looking at the battle for 17th. Weitz now, Schwulenberg, sorry, is now the defensive position from Weitz. Weitz, I think he got a position on Curtis while we weren't looking. Yeah, that battle was insane. I think Bogues was having had a very great show there, as he did catch up a bit to Brown and Nguyen. So actually, he might have a look now in these next 3 laps as well, as it's now lap 20. This race has flown by essentially. But yeah, now we're looking at the battle for P19. As Martinez, I think, got past Curtis, and now Curtis wants to get that position back. I really don't have any more to commentate this, but nonetheless, Curtis now round the outside, goes a bit wide. Can Martinez take advantage of that, as now heading into the second of Lesmo. Oh, Curtis goes very wide, but they're still side by side. Watch out for Syndigo as well back there, but I think Martinez keeps the position. But not for long, because Curtis now has a look down the inside once again. Will he be able to get the move done? I think they're side by side, but no. Curtis backs off. So that's Martinez into 19th.
Yeah, good battle there. And I think this battle, this is an incredible battle between Brown and Nguyen, I'm going to be honest. And then Valek and Jimenez as well fighting. Great battles all around, but this has benefited one man, and that is Adam Hidayat. Look at the gaps in the top 5. That lead pack is non-existent now. And this is super, super good for Adam Hidayat.
Indeed, I mean, he's capped them all essentially, so now he has a lot of breathing room, which he didn't have earlier on in the race, and it's lap 21, so that's essential, as now we're looking at Weiter Schulenberg once again. Schulenberg stays in front, though. Sundevik and Martinez. No, wait, hold, no, Sundevik over to Curtis there. Great stuff by Sundevik. Up into P20. But yeah, I'd keep an eye out on Nguyen because he's not lost too much time onto Brown. He's still there. So we might see Nguyen, who has been wanting that P4 since essentially the start of this race. He finally has his chance now once again at the end of the race. The question is though, will he be able to get it? Because we know Brown's quality, but we also know Nguyen's quality. So it's gonna be a great battle. But we'll have to find out now. As heading to Parabolica, the leader is on the final lap, our leader being Hidayat. So now it is lap 22 out of 22. So not much time left for all of these drivers here. They've been manning all race long. As now we're looking at Soki, who's caught up to Boaks. So Boaks might lose his P6 that he's held all race long.
Yeah. Axel Soki could try and nab 1 point. This should have been his race to lose, really, but it unfortunately wasn't for the Norwegian. As the White will be in the DRS of Tobias Schulenberg now, trying to get revenge to the German, as they are going to be wheel to wheel now, heading down the start-finish straight. Ida White with the DRS has the clear advantage into turn 1 and gets it down before the corner.
Gonna cut back to the battle for 4th here. Again, I'm not sure if he's close enough. It's gonna try his absolute best to get that P4. Although I'm not sure how many opportunities will present itself, as he is a bit far off Henry J. Brown. But I'd say we go to Hidayat, the man who's had an incredible qualifying, 132, only man in the 132s. He now goes round Parabolica. And Adam Hidayat, after a race leading performance essentially, he's gonna come across the line and he's gonna win the Italian Grand Prix. Adam Hidayat is on P1, Jimenez in P2, and Valyak is in P3. Great drive by Hidayat.
Yeah, that was brilliant from Adam Hidayat. I have to give that to him. That was great. A great drive from Hidayat to secure his 2nd win of the season. Rodrigo Jimenez and Michael Valyak back on the podium. That's one way to end your mid-season droughts as well. And Henry J. Brown, unfortunately, his podium streak will come to an end. But yeah, he keeps his advantage at the top of the table.
Yeah, great race all race long, as actually Martinez tries a late move onto Schulenberg. What is that? Will he get it? I don't think so. Was that a photo finish, or am I wrong?
I think it might have been. But yeah, there it is. Then we're gonna get through this quickly because the Formula 1 is on, and I do not want to miss that. So Hidayat wins from Jimenez and Valyak. Then Brown finishes 4th with Nguyen in 5th, Boaks in 6th, Soki is 7th, Konkum gets the fastest lap in 8th, and Shotanos is 9th, and Tillesley in 10th. And I'll let you speed through the rest.
Valji is 11th below, and also the two teammates are in 12th and 13th. Gomez is 14th, Arizona is 15th, Sukashka is 16th, White is 17th, Schulenberg is 18th, Martinez is 19th, Sundevik is 20th, and in 21st and 22nd we have Curtis and Luan.
Yeah, that's it for the Italian Grand Prix. Thanks so much for watching, but the action at Monza is not over. Make sure to join us later for the Formula 1 Italian Grand Prix as well. Driver of the day, quickly, I'm going to say Adam Hidayat.
Same.
Alright, thanks so much for watching. This has been Formula 2. I have been Miran.
And I'm Giuseppe.
Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you when the AC returns for the